You know, sometimes bigger isn't always better. I reviewed a bunch of the larger power stations, and they have their place and they're awesome, but sometimes you want to be mobile and portable. And that's why I'm taking a look at this JIGA 30,000 milliamp hour power bank today. Alright everybody, welcome back. So power banks have come a long way in recent years. And like I said, sometimes you can't carry a big, huge power station with you wherever you're going. And this is kind of going to be part of the things that I use in my little survival scooter that I'm building over there. It's already built. I just need to get it registered. It runs and everything now. And this is going to be something I want to put in there for charging up devices. A lot of people think of these as only as phone chargers, but I'm going to show you a few things that you can charge with them that aren't phone related. And they definitely come in handy. This has a massive capacity. This is the biggest capacity I've seen, a 30,000 milliamp hour power bank. A word of warning though, I believe the TSA sets the limit on planes at 27,000 something, 27.8 or whatever. This is slightly over. Would you be able to probably get it on a plane? Yeah, but you know what, if it ever did malfunction, you'd be in a lot of trouble. So that's just a little bit of info on it. I did notice the standards for what you can take on a plane have been adjusted, and I believe it's like 27.6 or 27.8 or something. So it's a little bit over, but we're not really getting this for plane air travel. We're getting this for my personal use around here, and I think it's going to come in handy. It's definitely a neat little system. One of the things I really need to do is upgrade my phone so it's got one of these wireless chargers, because I can't tell you how many different devices I've tested. I don't have anything that charges wirelessly, but it does have a nice wireless charging on the back here. And you do have 5 different ports on the front, so you got a bunch of different ways to charge things up with this. And there's a little bit of a sale on this, which I'll let you know later. A little bit of a coupon code and a discount code that I got for you folks. It's a 15% off code. We'll get into that in a second. So this is a QC3 cell phone external battery bank. 5 outputs, flashlight. It's got an 8-watt PD USB portable charging port right there. It's got a flashlight, which is kind of neat. And actually, this flashlight's pretty bright. I was really impressed with it. We'll try that out too. It weighs about 1.2 pounds. This is definitely beefy, and it's definitely built well too. You even have the stats right on the back there, if you're interested in taking a look at it. So it's definitely a cool little item. It does use lithium polymer batteries. So you have a little bit of an improved battery cell in there. To check your battery level, you'll just push that button, and you see there it's not fully charged. I've been charging some stuff out here with it. This is equipped with the wireless panel. Like I told you, it supports 5 watt, 7.5 watt, and 10 watt max fast charging. With the 18 watt PD 3.0 charging technology, with the using the Type C port there, you can charge up completely on this little bank here in 4.5 hours. So it's really not that bad. It also provides 10 watts of power coming out. So you've got the 3 inputs here and 5 outputs. Okay. 3-input design allows you to recharge a power bank with a cord or USB-C or Lightning or micro USB-C. And the ports deliver simultaneously, so you can charge a bunch of different things at once here. You're not stuck to just 1 or 2 things. And that's kind of handy too. I did try the USB-C to USB-C, and I'll tell you something, that charged my cell phone. My cell phone was at like 98. I never really let it run all that low. That topped it off in like 5 minutes. It was quick. So you've got this 5-segment LED indicator on top here, like I showed you before. And that will ensure that this thing's always topped off. Let you know where you're at. I'm about 3.5, I would say. And again, I've been charging stuff out here with it and really been beating it up the last few days. I used it to charge a couple of headlamps and my tablet, a bunch of other stuff. We're going to try everything out in a second here. And I got to say, it's really nice. It does have over voltage, over current, and over temperature protection. So if this thing gets too hot, it's going to shut off. If there's a short, if your device is damaged, it won't damage the device further. It won't damage itself. It will shut itself off. So that's pretty handy too. What you get in the box, you get this, okay? You will get your user manual. You will get a Type C to C charger, which is what I use for my phone. And, of course, the USB to USB type, the mini USB. So that's what I charged it with. It does work pretty well. It does support the PD charging as well. You see that little fast charge up there too, so if you have an Apple fast charger cable, it'll do that too. So let's take a look and see some of the things this thing will charge up. I'm going to bring them over here and let you see. We're also got a meter today, so we're actually going to use this indoors so we can actually see the readout on the meter and see what it's pulling out. So first thing I'm going to do is do that with a tablet, and we're going to see what this thing puts out, and the regular little USB plug right there. Just give me a sec to set that up, and I'll bring you right back. All right, so you can see what's going on here. I do have my tablet plugged in at the moment on the side here. We will zoom out, and I'll show you. You can see some of the information there. Oh, I bumped the tablet and disconnected it. So you can see there what it's doing. Pretty cool. That is in the fast USB port. I'm going to switch it over to the other regular USB point, not the 3.0. Let's put that in there. There we go. Pretty much the same thing. You are getting 0.91 amps, so you're almost getting an amp in there. And that's all this thing can take. So it is nice that is intelligent, and even with the USB 3.0, it dumbs it down for the other device. Let me show you what I'm charging here real quick. I've got my tablet set up here. But it's nice that I can zoom in there and you can actually finally see this meter for once. I'm always using this meter outside in the sun, and it's like, you can barely read it. You can actually see what it's pulling in. So that's pretty impressive. Doing a good job so far. Now let me show you some of the other devices, so you don't think this is just for your cell phone. We're going to try to charge up a bunch of different devices and see how well it does with that. So you see this thing has the power to charge up a whole lot of stuff at once, and that's really cool. And that probably wasn't even putting a dent in it. You probably could have put the phone up here that has wireless charging, and it would have kicked butt on that too. Definitely a cool little unit. I want to give you a quick look at it all the way around. It is a fairly thick unit. Let's take a look at the flashlight. You just push that button and hold it. That is pretty bright for a little, secondary afterthought kind of flashlight deal. Definitely a cool little thing. You just to turn it on, you push and hold, and to turn it off, you push and hold again, and it turns off. So, what do you do when you're out in the wild and this goes dead? Uh-oh. You don't have anywhere to charge it up. So what I've devised is, as usual, I carry my little foldable solar panel with me. This is the Blitzwolf 20-watt charger. And obviously, that's going to work perfectly. We're going to take it outside and put that in the sun. See how well that works. I also want to see if it supports the USB pass-through charging, so I can charge something with USB on here, and we're going to just use my Baofeng battery charger, and because the light's the brightest, actually, that's why you can see it in the sun. And I want to see if it charges that while being charged by the panel. So let's get it set up outside and see how well that works. Then I'll come back and give you some final thoughts on it, and the price, and the discounts, and all that stuff. Alright, so I just wanted to give you a look at how everything is set up out here. I have the 20-watt solar charger panel right there. Over here I have my Baofeng my Baofeng battery. And over here is the power bank, and I'm kind of shading it. So what I'm going to try to do is get that to charge the battery and see if it'll charge this too, and see if it'll charge the battery as well. So kind of like pass-through charging. It's going to be taking in power from the solar panel to the bank and into the battery. I'm going to see if that'll work. Haven't tried it out yet. I know what I have set up so far is I have an adapter on here to plug this into the USB-C. So it'll plug into the USB-C, or it'll plug into the regular USB mini outlet. I'm just going to keep the USB-C adapter on it and see how well that works. So let me move the camera down a little bit, and we will move into just this area down here and see if it works. Okay, so the first thing we have to do, of course, is plug in the panel. And the panel is getting power from the sun. It is getting sunlight. I'm going to put it into the USB-C plug here. And I'm just using a USB-C adapter. You'll notice this isn't a native USB-C plug, but we are getting a charge. You can see the lights going. Next, I want to plug this in, and you'll see that turn red because the battery isn't full yet. We're just going to put it into the regular USB plug, and there you go. So it will do it. See, it's red. So you are getting a charge in here. Bring them both together. This is getting charged. Well, that is doing that. So that's kind of cool, too. I do like the ability to carry a panel with me and recharge it. Now, I'm not going to be carrying that panel because it's kind of big for the scooter. I have a little 7-watt panel that I will probably just keep this as on a trickle charge all the time, just leave it there. And that should keep me in any kind of power I need. Again, primarily, this is going to be for devices for me, not for cell phone, but it's nice to have it if my cell phone does go dead while I'm out. And one good thing to remember about cell phones, if you're in an area that doesn't have coverage, your cell phone will go dead real quick. because it takes a lot of battery power to be constantly looking for coverage out there. So having something like this in an area of low coverage is definitely a plus. All right, let's take it back inside, put all the stuff away, and I'll give you information on the price, the discount code, and the coupon code that you can clip when you're on the site. So what do I think so far? Well, after using it for a week and demoing it, this first time I plugged it into a solar panel, by the way. I have not tested that before. I wanted to do it in the video first. I'm impressed with it. I think it's a pretty nice little system. I think it's going to work out well. It's not ridiculously heavy, but it is bigger than most, and it is kind of thick. You can see my thumb there for comparison size. That's pretty thick. But it definitely is a neat little system. If you want to go and compare it to a lighter here, I always keep a lighter out here. So you kind of see it's not as wide as some of the panels, some of the power banks I've seen, but it is very thick. So you do have batteries in there, decent little lithium polymer batteries, and I actually really like it. I like all the options. I like all the charging ports. This can charge a lot of stuff quickly, and I do like the light. You know, I'm not a big fan of these things becoming like little Swiss Army knives with compasses and this and that, but I like a light on them. Because when you're using these, there could be a very good chance you're using them in extreme darkness. So it's handy to have an extra light. Plus, if your flashlight fails, you got backups for your backups. Anyway, what does it run? Well, they're $39.95 right now. However, on Amazon, and I will link directly to this down below, on Amazon in my store, there is a coupon code. All right? When you get to the site, you'll see the price, and you'll see that little click this coupon. Click that coupon, you're going to save $10 right off the top. Then when you're checking out, I have a discount code that I got from them. And that discount code will be put below. I'll tell you it, but it's easier to just look at it. It's all capitals HBLY6PI4. Now that discount code is only good for today to the 15th. So if you're interested in getting this, make sure you pick it up. And you'll be able to get a pretty darn good discount. 15% off plus $10 off. So that's definitely a good little deal on it. I think it's going to really work well for me. It's, you know, nice and small, yet beefy enough that I'm not worried about breaking it. It is a plastic outside coating. This is all rubberized here, the charger itself. But it's definitely not going to be, you know, this is going to be put in my scooter trunk. It's not going to be something I'm throwing around and dropping on the floor. So I definitely like it. It's nice to have a little bit of extra power when you're out. And something like this can come in handy for a lot of devices, as we saw, not just cell phones. People tend to think of these as, oh, that's going to charge my laptop or my cell phone. That's it. And I don't need that in a disaster. Well, think of all the USB chargeable things you have. The world is increasingly moving towards USB devices for lanterns, flashlights, everything. So definitely handy to have a smaller one when you can't take a big, huge power station with you. Anyway, folks, that's the video for today. This is the JIGA wireless 30,000 milliamp hour power bank. Definitely worth a look if you're in the market for one. I really like it myself. I've been very pleased with it so far. Don't forget to check out that link down below. I'll have a link directly to it in my store, as well as my Amazon store, my Amazon affiliate store down there. You can check that out as well if there's other stuff that you've seen on the channel that you're interested in. Like, people are always like, oh, where'd you get that panel? Well, it's in the store. All the stuff that you see on my channel, mostly I try to put in the store. Don't forget to check out our My Patriot Supply link down below. If you're interested in getting some set and forget 25-year shelf life freeze-dried food, you know, that you can put away and make sure you store adequate water for it, and you're good to go. You can go right there. It's preparewithiridium.com. That's preparewithiridium.com. Don't forget to check out our Thrive Life freeze-dried store as well. Down below, if you're interested in starting out with some really good quality meats and proteins for freeze-dried foods, you're right there. And our freeze-dried wholesalers link. If you click that link in my description down there, you'll save 15% on anything site-wide. And I do have a very big video coming up from them. I got a huge update coming from freeze-dried wholesalers. So you're going to see a lot of new stuff. We're going to taste test some of it. We're going to hydrate it and try it out. So don't forget to check them out as well. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Share, whatever. It really helps the algorithm out a lot. And I appreciate you for watching today. Stay safe and stay prepared.